Hi, and welcome to this, the first of what we're going to hope is going to be many videos. We're sort of doing a little demonstration here with the demonstration of Toby's Island, which is one of the games that we've had on the Indie Game Show, and obviously, because it's an Indie Game Show thing, Dime's with me.
Yes, all the videos PredictedCyborg, all of them.
All of the videos.
I'm so happy that we have this nice little Christmas present from Mvisioning. I was really excited to get my hands on this backer tech demo for Toby's Island. We were really excited about it when it came on the show.
Yeah. I mean, we had one of the two people on. We had Matt on, and he was a lovely guy. So somewhere in the video, I'm hopefully sort of started off with a little bit of footage, and now I'm going to fade across here so that you can see the controls, because that's probably a very good way to start it off. And got keyboard.
I was impressed with the controls because they've got the gamepad fully online. Now, I couldn't get my gamepad working because Windows hates me, but I found the keyboard controls to work really well. The Q and W to cycle your hotbar inventory is really intuitive. Like, it worked like a charm. I also noticed that the Harvest Moon, like, one thing I always don't like about Harvest Moon is how tedious it is to, shovel and plant and water in the old games. And it was really easy with these controls, too.
I think about me with the controls. I mean, I have to use a keyboard controls. I don't have a gamepad to play this with, but I sort of remember the keyboard controls thinking they were a little bit weird, but once I remembered them, they were pretty easy to sort of use and all that sort of stuff.
They kind of fit for me a little quicker than I think they do for some people, because I grew up when you didn't use WASD to control games, so there's still a part of my mind that it's very natural to use arrow keys to control. So I picked it up kind of really quickly, but I know some people have been like, no, I'm confused because no WASD or because buttons in weird places. But it's a simple set of controls, and once you figure out where everything is, it's pretty easy. And it helps that the tech demo, the backer demo, doesn't start out like thrusting you into time-sensitive like reaction situations. Like, it's a very kind of sedate pace in the beginning.
The demo is literally a demo which will sort of like let you get used to doing what you can do in this game. It sort of teaches you fairly nicely. And I mean, there's only sort of one thing I have to sort of complain about, really, and that's in the I'm talking more here about the first version of the demo, which is the one I've played a little bit more because the second demo came out and I haven't really had much chance to try it out. But in the first demo, do you remember there was sort of in the bottom left hand corner of the village screen there was that little red sort of dinosaur creature?
Oh, the one that I continually refer to as being high because he's just far out there, man.
And the one that gives you an egg. Basically, for a very long while, I had no idea you could actually talk to the guy because, unlike the rest of them, he just kind of stands there. He doesn't exactly look like someone you could talk to, really. I don't know.
He does in a way look like he's a background creature, but then you start talking to him, and I think one thing that I really took away from this demo is there's a fantastic writing piece to Toby's Island already. The demo is hilarious, and it starts off, and I'm sure Sai can, with her editing wizardry, cut that in right now. But it starts off with a character telling you to wake up. Your backers are here to see you. Stop being so cliche and get out of bed.
Yeah. And the fact that it's like every single creature in this demo breaks the fourth wall. Like they know they're in a video game. They know they're in a demo. It's funny.
The combat tutorial is hysterical.
Yes.
Before we jump into the combat, though, speaking of the creatures, did you notice the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reference?
Yes, I've seen the Ninja Turtles scattered around.
Were you as surprised as I was at the amount of features that I think Matt would probably smack me for saying shoehorned, but honestly, the amount of things that they squeezed into this chunk of the game.
It is fairly impressive. Like all the things that they've managed to sort of make sure are in there.
I mean, within your first 3 steps in the Toby's Island Backers demo, you are confronted with a complete crafting system via the cauldron. And it works beautifully. And it was a great introduction because they give you 4 items off the bat. And if you pay attention to what they are, those 4 items will allow you to make 2 potions without ever leaving the house within the first 40 seconds of the game. So, what was your favorite part of this backer demo?
My favourite part of this has to be the fact that, there's all kinds of... Well, even though it's a demo and everything, they're meant to be sort of demonstrating what you can and can't do in the game. There's a sort of... you have to sort of work out how to get to actually do some of those things. Like, for example, the combat. So, you can't immediately go into the combat. You've got to do various things. Like, for example, you've got to go and talk to that random little red guy at the bottom and get your egg, and then you've got to put it in the incubator, then you've got to hatch it out. And
the combat tutorial guy, if you go up there without an egg, he warns you. He's like, you need to come back later because I will wreck you.
Yep.
So, I think for me, one of the biggest things that I enjoyed the most, and I will leave the game open and not even play it, is the music. They've done a stellar job with the music.
There is good music in this. It's very nice and relaxing when you're in the village.
I also think, the combat tune is really great, but in the combat, if you can go ahead and show some combat, the animations in the combat, because Toby's Island has a very unique look. I like Matt's art style a lot. For those that don't know, Matt has done all this art for Toby's Island. It all looks fantastic, but the sprites change dramatically when you... at least in my opinion, when you move from the overworld into combat, and they get much more detailed, and Toby appears larger. And the way that they jump forward and then kind of do that kind of... The thing that came to mind is that Dragon Ball Z effect where they kind of flash a little bit and fade out and then move back to wherever they were, like super fast. Like, it's a really neat touch to the combat.
Yeah.
Now, did you do a lot of farming? Because I've done a lot of farming.
You should ask. I'm sort of currently doing a little bit of that right now as we're talking. Yes, I'm actually playing the game as we're talking because it kind of helps me focus on topics that we could be talking about. I must admit, one of the things that did sort of confuse me when I was playing the demo, though, I remember when I actually first got the lighter, and I thought, and the instructions were talking about like burning stuff and lighting stuff. I thought, okay then, so I can use this to burn the vines, right? No, you can't. And I thought, what? I should be able to set these on fire.
Nope, you need a sickle.
First thing I wanted to do with the light, I wanted to set those vines on fire, and I was so disappointed you couldn't.
Especially because they keep spreading.
Yes, they're just in the way, and I got get out of the way. I must admit, like one of the things that I'm sort of enjoying now that's sort of different from the the first version, obviously, the second version has been a little bit updated. The one that they released for YouTubing and stuff. It's the one that we've got all our footage from. But basically, one of the things I'm most sort of glad that they've done is they've actually sort of implemented a way that you can just turn around to face the other way without walking forwards. And one of the most annoying things that I found during the first one was that you couldn't farm properly without walking around and doing a load of almost like going around in a circle in a way. It was a bit weird.
Mm-hmm. The first demo version, the movement was a little stiff. I feel like they've really cleaned it up a lot. There are some issues with mining and things, but I mean, any issue that we really talk about, I mean, this is a tech demo. This is like version, 0.2 of the game?
Exactly. And don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that I'm glad that they're already making those improvements because
they're definitely listening. And I stand corrected. It's not version 0.2. It's version 0.002. Like, we've got a long ways to go before even on version 0.1. But they've got such a solid base. I haven't had any crashing issues with it, which is just absolutely amazing.
No, neither have I, actually. That's certainly a plus.
I have been a bad little Digmbot too, and I've messed around with the save data file.
Is there any footage of this that you're going to be giving to me?
No, because the save data file is all hexadecimal. It's the most uninteresting thing ever, but I being me just dug through the game and just messed with everything, and it's a very compact made game. I think at some point Matt may have forgotten to update the distributable file, the exe, because you could tell when he created it if you look in your installation folder. So, Matt, what were you doing up at 5:31 a.m. compiling a game.exe file? But no, I was really gratified that they had the save system in place, and looking around and things that we kind of want to talk about that they've got coming up is that the trophy achievements are already in the game. You can't do very many of them, but they're there, and there are a bunch of them.
Yeah, there's only one trophy in place at the moment. It's number 28. Participation. This trophy does nothing. You didn't earn it.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be funny, but somehow it is.
I love that you can zoom in on it, and apparently all of them are going to have their own art. I'm really happy with the aesthetic of this game. It's very good. There's some things like that are a little, like the lumberjack dude outside that wants 5 logs. So, also, maybe this is just me, but I had a supremely hard time figuring out fishing.
No, I was actually alright with the fishing, really, because I've played many fishing mini-games before. Like, I mean, I think probably the first one that I've seen of that sort of ilk was the one in the original Digimon World game, where basically, you put your rod in, and then you just sort of draw it back a little bit until the fish bites, and then you basically try and reel it in without putting so much pressure on the line that it breaks.
Well, see, the thing that got me really is I play Animal Crossing and I play Harvest Moon, and it's like, why can I not figure out how to fish in Toby's Island?
I know certainly the fishing in Animal Crossing is very different, because you wait for a fish to bite, and then you try and hit it at exactly the right moment, and then you get the fish.
Yeah, it's a little different. I enjoyed it though, but it was something I had trouble with, and maybe that's just me being derpy. Also, I'm currently playing the game as well, and the little red fishing guy is got an exclamation point over him, so let's see what he wants. Also, let's talk about little red fishing guy, because he was pretty darn funny.
I must admit one of the other things that I was a little bit annoyed about was as far as I've not really been very far into it, but his was the only fishing spot, and if he's sort of like standing over it and fishing, you got to talk to him again in order to get him to move his tail out of the way so you can get to fishing and actually give him the fish he wants.
Yeah, I understand that, and it was kind of aggravating for me too, because I was looking around for a fishing spot and I was like, please, could you move? You are clearly standing over the only fishing spot.
Yeah, I kind of did that a little bit as well. I was just kind of thinking, why can't I fish anywhere? Because I wanted to start fishing, and then I realised, oh yes, hang on a minute. He said that you can only fish in spots that were splashing, and so I thought, okay, there's only one spot and you're standing in front of it. Move.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the other thing is the inventory space is so limited. Like, it really is.
Yes, I kind of found that to be a little bit of an issue as well. Just kind of my bags were full of plants and stuff, and I started mixing it up into plants to try and make some space, and then I'd run out of stuff. Run out of potions and stuff after one time of being in that cave.
Mm-hmm. But the cave is rough. Like, the cave is... But it's nice that they have that exploration element there.
Certainly.
So, I'm currently fishing right now, and I'm terrible at it. Oh, I caught a yellow funneler. Go me. So, I think that one thing is nice. That was nice. Speaking, going back to the inventory thing, was the fact that the lost and found is there.
Yes, the. Oh, thanks for reminding me. I was actually going to go and check that in game, see if there's anything there I can use. Oh, there is. Oh,
Yes.
wait, no, there's not. Darn it. But obviously, there's like a wide variety of tools that you can use, and you start off the demo with 3 of them. The 3 needed to basically farm. You've got the little spade, little shovel. You've got the
watering can.
Yeah, you've got the watering can. And then you've got the bag of seeds, which is actually full of so many different types of seeds. It's kind of weird.
My OCD went into overdrive. My Harvest Moon OCD went into overdrive when I realized the seeds weren't sorted right, and I had to plant them all manually, like so that I didn't have like a row with like 1 onion and then 1 freaking cauliflower and 1 radish. So, I thought that was nice though, and the fact that there are multiple other tools in the game already, and it doesn't hold your hand on that. Like, you have to pay attention and read and find the blueprints to get those other tools. In fact, finding the light, how long did it take you to figure that one out?
The light? You mean the lighter?
Mm-hmm.
Well, to be honest, I told you that this, like, as soon as I found. Well, I didn't even know I was looking for the lighter, really, and then as soon as I found the lighter, I tried to use it to set vines on fire, because why not?
Yeah, but it's just, when you think about it, it's really intuitive, but right off the bat, you're just like, oh god, I need a torch or something. Like, I guess that was the Minecraft player in my head.
Well, literally, I didn't even know that I'd needed a light until so I already had it.
And then you go in the cave, and you're just like, oh.
Yeah, I do remember going into the cave and it's saying, "Oh, you better need a light in there," and I just thought, "Oh, that's what it's for." And I just left the cave and I went and got the light and then just came back. I can see.
Yeah, I think my biggest takeaway from Toby's Island so far is that Matt and Ben are really doing their best to deliver on everything from the Kickstarter in this game, and it really shows. Like, the attention to detail and just the animations, little things, just like the turtle guys that are hovering around, and I'm sure Matt's like, they have a name, Diamondside, they have a name. I could just hear him now, can't you? But just seeing the way they hover and the little things like the bugs and the animals scurrying around, just there's a lot of detail in this world that they're creating, and this is just a teeny tiny little snippet of it.
I must admit, is it just me who's actually seen like the frogs and the rabbits wandering around the screen and wondered if you can do anything with them?
No, it was my first thought. I was like, what can I do with these guys?
I might actually spend 5 minutes chasing rabbits around with the axe one time.
Oh, it happens. I do wonder what the upgrades for the inventory system is going to be like, because, like I said earlier, that's something that I really need. Because, like, right now, I'm doing crops, and I'm having to pick up 2 at a time and take them to the guy, because I only have 2 available slots in my inventory, and I'm not giving up the stuff that is taking up that inventory, because it's a bunch of iron and crystals. I really feel like there's so much cool stuff that's going to happen in this game.
I mean, speaking of inventory, actually, one thing I hope that's actually going to be in the game that will sort of make it feel a little bit better for me. I think this is going to be the Minecraft character. This is going to be the Minecraft player in me now talking. We need chests or some sort of storage place to like store items, like even just a little place. That'd be nice.
Yeah, we do. However, I mean, we do technically have it. If you go up to the island if you go to the fishing island, and you swim around and go up above, there is a chest back there that's empty.
Yeah, but
it's so inconveniently placed to everything, I know.
Again, there's been an awful lot of other games sort of affecting the way we play already in this, hasn't there?
Yes, there has. And part of that's because, even Matt admitted they drew inspiration from certain games, but it also is affecting, like, our mindsets to playing it. Cannot store this. Why can I not store lettuce? One thing that we really have not talked about in any great depth that we probably should is the egg system.
So I'm still somewhat confused about some of the things to do with the egg system, but I know the basic thing.
I've, really, it's just right now, as far as I can tell, it really is just get the egg, get creature, put egg on pedestal so creature, merges with egg. But
yeah,
he was, one thing, and the game automatically tells you is you can change what egg the creature is, I guess, melded with.
Yeah, what sort of creature the spirit is melded with. And, I mean, for the demo, you do start off with one spirit, which is the thunder spirit, which kind of looks like a tiger, and I like that.
Yeah, it's a very cool spirit. But I really want to see what else they have, because they promised, if you remember, one of the things that Matt talked about was the spirits are going to be integral to the story. So I remember very clearly him talking about that. They are, some of them are the spirits of people that lived on the island before, and they have their own histories with various characters that'll pop up in the game, and memories. And dialogue options will change depending on what spirit you have equipped when you go to certain places. So there's a lot going on there, and I look forward to seeing what else they do with it. So all in all, I'd say so far, I'm really, really excited about what I've seen with Toby's Island so far. Are you?
Yeah, the demo certainly makes it look as if it's going to be a fairly solid game. I mean, obviously this is just a demo to sort of, as I say, it's just basically showing off what you're going to be able to do in the game, and it's not really going to be you're not really going to be handed things.
Yeah, it's literally the backer Christmas present. Like, they gave it to us on Christmas Day.
It's good. It's a good game, and
it certainly got me itching for more.
Yeah.
One thing that we hope to do, and I just have to get hold of him, is to get Matt back on, and I hope one day to get Ben on.
Oh, that'd be wonderful, wouldn't it? If we could get them both on at the same time.
Yeah, because Matt does a lot of the art, but if I remember right, Ben is the one who's primarily handling a lot of the systems programming. But yeah, it's been fun to do this and take a look at this game, and it's probably not readily apparent from the footage, but the footage is an amalgamation of both of us playing the game.
Yeah.
So, if you've noticed any weird inconsistencies in the play style, it's because Sai and I go about these games in slightly different ways. Like, we both are really OCD about things, but it's about different things.
And if you've noticed any editing errors in the video, they're all mine. I'm the one editing the video, and I need a lot more practice at it. But hey ho, I will have it.
Thanks for joining us, and we will definitely do this again because both of us are just stupidly excited about this game. Come here, you fish. Come here, fish.
And yeah, there'll be more follow-up videos to come on Toby's Island and other games besides.
All right, bye-bye, everybody.
Okay, bye.